Clinic Pharmacy of Cordell, a hometown family-owned and operated business, providing super quick and friendly service to Cordell and surrounding communities. Small enough to know you, big enough to serve your every need. Stop by to meet Chris and the Clinic Pharmacy staff, where our family knows yours.
Friends, you'll find a store full of quality gift ideas at Cordell TV Appliance and Furniture in Cordell. Appliances and TVs from LG, Frigidaire, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, Speed Queen, Best, Catnapper, Bassett, and Ashley Furniture. Bedding from Serta. Now listen, we service everything we sell, and we promise always the lowest possible prices and the absolute best service. Thanks so much for your friendship and your business. Cordell TV Appliance and Furniture. It's somewhere in Cordell.
Corn Heritage Village and Rehab of Corn and Weatherford, Oklahoma provides skilled nursing, rehab, long-term care, and memory care services. Corn Heritage Village facilities are known for their reputation and are the industry leaders in all of western Oklahoma. So if your loved one needs rehab, nursing home, or dementia care, give them a call, 580-343-2295, 343-2295, or visit them on the web at cornheritage.org. and find them on Facebook.
Do you move to the sidelines when stocks are predicted to drop? Are you waiting for some of today's uncertainties to be resolved before you invest? Hi, I'm Phil Cleaver, your Cordell area Edward Jones financial advisor. The problem with trying to time the market is you miss some of the best days in the market. The truth is, attempting to time the market has historically reduced investor returns rather than raised them. A good financial advisor can set up a consistent and smart investing strategy. Contact me today at 580-832-1106. Edward Jones, Making Sense of Investing, member SIPC.
Equity Bank of Cordell is staffed by familiar faces, people who know you and care about their community. Equity Bank never forgets it's your money. That's why Equity Bank's team works hard to help families and businesses in western Oklahoma with all their banking needs through rewarding and challenging times. Equity Bank of Cordell, building relationships that last.
Evetts Drug in Cordell has served Cordell and Washita County for over 50 years. Owner Jimmy Evetts and daughter Farron and son Brandon are pharmacists that will take care of all your prescriptions and your over-the-counter needs. Evetts Drug also has lots of gift ideas. Just a few include fragrances, jewelry, greeting cards, and now Evetts Drug offers wedding registry and baby registry. Trust me, it is the only drugstore you're ever going to need. Come see Jimmy Evetts and staff at Evetts Drug in Cordell.
At First National Bank and Trust in Cordell, we believe in the strength of community support and working hand in hand to make a difference. We also believe in supporting the efforts of our kids. That's the reason we're proud to support the Cordell Blue Devils. The First National Bank and Trust of Cordell wants to wish the Cordell Blue Devils great success. We're real proud of you. Come by and visit with us anytime at First National Bank and Trust, 120 South Market in Cordell.
Hey Blue Devil fans, I'm Mike Reimer with Mike's Meats in Cordell. I have a great selection of fresh cut steaks, roast, pork, and chicken. Meat packs for every budget and fresh ground beef every day. Bring your ice chest. The quality of meat and prices are worth the trip. I am a meat and more store. Besides excellent meat, we offer seasonings, kitchen gifts, and my beef jerky chips make a great snack. I'm located at 107 North Market Street, right across from the courthouse in Cordell.
At Great Plains Bank, we're in the business of making your life easier, and we understand how tough it can be to strike the right balance between security and opportunity when rates are on the rise. With our new variable rate CD tied to Wall Street Journal Prime, you can have the best of both worlds. You get the security of a CD without the stress of worrying about market timing. And with rate floors, you get the upside without the risk. Stop by one of our locations or visit us at gpbankok.com. Great Plains Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Ray and Martha's Funeral Homes now have 6 locations in southwest Oklahoma to serve you. They're in Hobart, Mountain View, Carnegie, Anadarko, Cordell, and Sentinel. A family serving families. Available anytime you need them. Ask about transferring a policy from another funeral home. They'll take care of everything. And they're proud to support area young people and sponsor ball game broadcasts. Larry and Kim Eshitai, Ray and Martha's Funeral Homes. You can count on them and your time of need. RayandMarthas.com.
And as we come back to the Burnslap Deal City tournament right here, next ball game of the day will be the Cordell Blue Devils and the Fort Cobb Broxton Mustangs. Fort Cobb Broxton Mustangs are coached by Scotty Hines. Cordell Blue Devils by Vaughn Blankenship and Cody Gilmore. And out on the floor for the Cordell Blue Devils, Dason Ramsey, Thomas Reimer, J.D. Maddox, number 15, Jordan Wood, and Aiden Middendorf. Starters for the Cordell Blue Devils, looking for a big ball game right here. And then for the Hobart, for the Fort Cobb Broxton Mustangs, it'll be number 2, Jackson Willits, number 3, Cray Rogers, number 4, Simeon Collins, number 22, Blake Nunn, and number 33, Ian Taylor. So it's fun to go down and holler at them. Scotty's a local boy and stuff, so they enjoy coming to this ball game and getting to play the time. Oh, I recognize that Ian Taylor, number 33. He's a shooter. He's a big-time shooter right here. So Fort Cobb out at the top of the key. And, you know, looking at this one, this could be a good ball game. It could be a tough ball game. But when you're looking at this one, it means that Fort Cobb Broxton is your 1 seed and the Cordell Blue Devils are the 8 seed. So it could be an interesting ball game. I don't think Scotty's going to help us, give us 20 points to start with. Ian Taylor to be jumping center against J.D. Maddox. And at the midcourt right here, ball is up, controlled by Fort Cobb into the backcourt, over to Cray Rogers. Cray will come down the left side, over to the left wing to Ian Taylor. Taylor gets the ball in, a little give and go layup for Jackson Willits. Nice, easy, wide open layup for the Fort Cobb Broxton Mustangs. J.D. Maddox with the ball at the top of the key. He'll come down to Thomas Reimer on the baseline left, starts to go through traffic. Ball is tipped out of bounds by Fort Cobb, and it'll be inbound. The ball will be Dason Ramsey for the Cordell Blue Devils into Jordan Wood. Jordan Wood gets double teamed, has his pockets picked big time. Lob pass down the court to Cray Rogers. Left side comes back top of the key to Willits, elevates from the free throw line, comes up short, rebounded by Jordan Wood for the Cordell Blue Devils. 2-0 is the score right here in the early going. Out to J.D., over to Jordan Wood on the left wing. Gets Thomas Reimer, comes up with the ball. Back to Jordan Wood. Jordan back down to J.D. Maddox on the left side. On the left wing, picks up his dribble. When you pick up the dribble, you're going to get swarmed by Fort Cobb. That's done easily. Layup, left side. Cray Rogers, 4-0 right here. Whistle on the court right here. And number 2 comes out, and number 20 checks in. I don't know if something happened right there he wasn't happy with. So Aiden Lewis checks in for the Fort Cobb Broxton Mustangs. Aiden Lewis is in and out on the far side. Cordell has their pockets picked. Dason Ramsey goes down, covers it up. Possession will go to the Cordell Blue Devils on the dual possession. And so Dason Ramsey, the inbound for the Cordell Blue Devils, gets it into Aiden Middendorf. Middendorf left side over to J.D. Maddox. J.D. hasn't dribbled yet. He's double teamed right there. Comes through traffic. Left side, he's going to be fouled on the floor right there by number 22. That'll be Blake Nunn. Will draw his first foul called. Been inbound play for the Cordell Blue Devils. And so Dason Ramsey inbound for the Cordell Blue Devils. Got to get it in over here to Jordan Wood. Outside to Ramsey. Puts up the 3 ball off the rim. No good. Rebounded by Thomas Reimer. Good effort right there. Out to Jordan Wood on the left corner. Knocked out of bounds by Fort Cobb. Simeon Collins knocks it out. Number 33 comes out, and number 23 checks in. Ian Taylor comes out, and 23 checks in. That'll be Brody Devon. Out high to Jordan Wood. Stolen away by Brody Devon. Lob pass down right side. Layup for Cray Rogers. Cray has 4. Fort Cobb has 6. So it'll be Jordan Wood with the ball. Pick up your dribble. You get swarmed right there. Out high to Dason Ramsey. Back out to Thomas Reimer. Reimer picks up his dribble. Has his pockets picked by Cray Rogers. Cray left hands off to the middle. Number 23. That'll be Brody Devon. Makes that one look easy. Shot by J.D. Maddox on the right side. and it will be down court to the Fort Cobb Broxton Mustangs. Number 20 makes that one. Aiden Lewis has his first two, and it will be Cordell ball. Down the court we go, knocked out of bounds, comes over to the scorer's table, out of bounds off of Cordell, and it'll be 10-0 lead for the Fort Cobb Broxton Mustangs over the Cordell Blue Devils. Into Cray Rogers. Cray comes across the timeline for the Fort Cobb Broxton Mustangs. I think he's grown 6 inches since he left Cordell. Over on the left side, shot put up from three-point land. Touched out by the Fort Cobb Broxton. Cray gets the ball down the baseline left. Shot put up from point-blank range by Devon. Devon gets the ball back out to Cray on the left side. He elevates from 12, rebounded by Nunn. Nunn turns, puts it back up from point-blank range, and Nunn has the deuce right there. Timeout on the floor. We'll take a break and join them. You're listening to the ball game on Fox Radio.
Everything you need and expect from a convenience store is always right here, waiting for you at the Right Here C-Store in Cordell. Fuel, food, more drinks, more seats, more hours, and where Subway is open until 11 and our grill is open till 10. It's always quick and convenient when you make a stop at the Right Here C-Store in Cordell. How about a car wash? Our automatic car wash bay is quick and convenient too. Come see us at the Right Here C-Store, where we're proud to support the Cordell Blue Devils.
Back here at the Burnslatt Deal City Tournament is sponsored by the First State Bank. We appreciate Ouachita State Bank right here, and they're one of your main sponsors. But the tournament is, we've always known it for the Burnslatt Deal City Tournament. Good teams, good players all the way around. After the timeout, J.D. Maddox gets the ball over to Dason Ramsey. Ramsey over the far side, out of bounds off of Cordell. It'll be turnover, and in comes Harley Taylor for the Cordell Blue Devils, and out comes Dason Ramsey on the switch out right there. Into Cray Maddox. Cray Rogers on the left side, hands off the glass, a little bit strong, and Taylor comes up with the ball. Harley Taylor does a good job for Cordell, comes down and goes through traffic, elevates from about 10, and Harley Taylor has the first 2 points for the Cordell Blue Devils, makes it a 12-2, 10-point lead for Fort Cobb. Cray Rogers drives into number 20. Harley Taylor picks his pockets. Harley comes in right side, ball pinballs around off of Fort Cobb. It'll be Cordell ball underneath their own basket on the east end of the court. Out here for inbound the ball will be Taylor, Harley Taylor with the inbound pass. Gets it into the corner to Jordan Wood, puts up the three off the rim. It's out of bounds off of Blake Nunn for Fort Cobb, and Cordell will inbound underneath their basket one more time. Somebody's got to come down the inbound here, people. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's Taylor coming down to inbound, as long as they don't count him down. Number 33, Ian Taylor comes back in, and number 4, Simeon Collins comes out to take a little break. And Taylor to inbound into J.D. Maddox, right side off the glass. J.D. goes in against 3 white jerseys, and somebody's called for a foul for Fort Cobb. Number 23, I think, Brody Devon is called for his first foul. And J.D. Maddox goes to the free throw line to get his first points of the ballgame. 12-2 is our score of J.D. on the free throw line, and that one's off the front iron right there. He's got the range now. He should make his second attempt right here as he gets ready for this one. J.D. Maddox on the free throw line. 4:08 to go in this first half of play. J.D. a little bit short on the second one, rebounded by Cray Rogers for the Cordell Blue Devils. Down on the left side to Taylor. Taylor past baseline right. Ball comes back in over on the left side. Cray puts up an NBA range 3. And Cray Rogers, now the line is 19-9. He's shooting that from about 26 or 27 feet over there on the far side. Ball's tipped out by Ian Taylor. Gets the lob pass down left side to Cray. Layup. 2, 2, 3, and 2. Cray Rogers has 9. 17-2 is her score. J.D. Maddox in the backcourt, in the court with defense on him. And the ball is kicked by the Fort Cobb Broxton Mustangs. And number 20 comes out. Lewis comes out, and I think Willits comes back in. For inbound to J.D. J.D. over to Jordan Wood on the near side. Jordan back has the ball tipped away, goes back to Cray Rogers, right side, layup. Off the rim, no good. And Cray on the rebound knocks down Jordan Wood. So Cray's called for a foul right there. Yeah, they got Cray with his first foul called. He's just going for the ball and accidentally bumped into him. And it'll be J.D. Maddox with the ball over to Aiden Middendorf on the far side. Aiden starts to go around, and he's bumped there by Ian Taylor. Ian Taylor gets his first foul. And be another inbound play. Harley Taylor inbounds to J.D. Back to Harley, down to the corner, back to Harley. Puts up the 3 ball, nothing but net. And Harley Taylor has 5 for the Cordell Blue Devils. And it's a 17-5 lead, 12-point lead for Fort Cobb over the Cordell Blue Devils. Here on the right side to Willits. He drives in, dishes off left side to Taylor, and Ian Taylor has his first 2 points, 19-5. Taylor with the ball. Taylor dribbles between his legs through traffic out to Middendorf. Middendorf puts up the 3, and that's good. Aiden Middendorf has his first points of the ball game. 19-8 is our score. Cray Rogers with the ball, crosses the timeline. Cray, baseline right, pass goes out of bounds off of the Fort Cobb Broxton Mustangs. It'll be Cordell ball. Aiden Middendorf comes out to take a little break. Thomas Reimer checks back in for the Cordell Blue Devils as Border Dodd checks in also. Over to Border Dodd, baseline right, starts to drive baseline, gets through traffic. He goes to the ground, and he still has the ball, but he rolls trying to get it to him, and they're called for travel. In comes Scout Regier, and out comes Thomas Reimer for the Cordell Blue Devils. 19-8 is our score right here. And Fort Cobb on top of this one. Over on the left side to Cray Rogers. Cray out to Taylor. Taylor drives in, finger roll. And Ian Taylor has the deuce. We got a foul called on Cordell. And so foul will be on number 22. That'll be Scout Regier. Well, just came on the floor, got a notice right there, and he's got his first foul called. So on the free throw line is Ian Taylor for a traditional 3-point play off the back iron right here. Rebounded by Blake Nunn for the Bearcats. There's a little head fake, and number 23 kind of ducks around, and Brody Devon has a deuce for the Hobart Bearcat, for the Fort Cobb Broxton Mustangs. J.D. Maddox, if you pick up your dribble, you're going to get double teamed. Clears it down to Border Dodd on the right side. Border gets down to Scott Wood, tipped out of bounds by Fort Cobb. Minute 40, 100 seconds left in this first period of play, 23-8. That's a 15-point lead for the Fort Cobb Broxton Mustangs. Into Jordan Wood. Shot put up from distance right there by Taylor. Taylor has his second 3 made right there. Harley Taylor has 8. It's a 23-11, 12-point lead for the Fort Cobb Broxton Mustangs. Ball comes out high to Willits. Back on the right side to Taylor. Taylor passes down on the right side, and Jordan Wood is with him trying to fight for the rebound. The ball rolls out of bounds off of Cordell. Had 2 Blue Devils going against Ian Taylor trying to get that ball loose, and it did come loose, but Cordell touched it last. So Cray Rogers to inbound over to Taylor. Taylor over on the left side, back to Cray. Corner, 3, good. Cray Rogers has 2 threes and 3 deuces, 12 points in the ball game, 26-11. Back over to Harley Taylor, back to J.D. Maddox. J.D. goes down to Scott Wood. Jordan Wood on the left baseline. He gets double teamed. Lob pass down to Cray. Saves the ball back in on the near side. Comes to Harley Taylor. Harley crosses the timeline with the ball as turnover for Fort Cobb. Back over to Jordan Wood. 3 ball off the back iron right here. Cray Rogers with the rebound. Cray goes down the left side for the Fort Cobb Broxton Mustang. Elevates for 3, hits the back iron. Harley Taylor with the rebound. Dribbles behind his back to keep it out of the hands of the Mustangs. There's a drive in the paint, and Harley Taylor has a deuce right there. He's got 10 points for the Cordell Blue Devils. 26-13, a double up for the Fort Cobb Broxton Mustangs. Cray Rogers backs up high near midcourt, comes back in, elevates with 5 seconds, and it'll be out of bounds with no time left in this first period of play. So at the end of the first period, it's Cordell 13, Fort Cobb 26. We'll hear from our sponsors and be right back.
Bank 360 started as a community bank, and even though they are growing, handling the daily banking needs of friends and neighbors is central to everything they do. When it comes time for you to take on bigger and better challenges, Bank 360 is there with all your personal and commercial lending needs. And add in the convenience of on-the-go online banking. Here for your banking needs with 2 locations to serve you in Cordell and now Clinton. Bank 360, here for your banking needs.
CK Energy makes every customer an owner of the business. Unlike other electric utilities, CK Energy exists to make sure your needs are always met, not to make a profit. And since CK Energy is locally owned and operated, CK Energy is always there with you, reinvesting in your community. That's why in an electric cooperative, the people have the power. Committed to our members and the communities we serve, that's part of the CK Energy commitment.
CK Energy, we light up your life.
And as we come back to the tournament right here, possession here goes to the Fort Cobb Broxton Mustangs. Number 4, Simeon Collins will inbound to Cray Rogers in the backcourt, headed to the west end of the floor right here. And Fort Cobb has the 26-13 lead. There's an inbound play, goes in and up, and a foul is on number 2, Jackson Willis. He missed the easy layup. He was in Blue Devil traffic right there, so he inadvertently reached in and caused a foul, so he draws his first foul, and it'll be Cordell ball. J.D. Maddox with the ball in traffic, clears it out to Harley Taylor here on the near side. Harley comes out here. That's interesting. During the halftime, he's always worn a T-shirt under his jersey, and they came over and he had to take off his white T-shirt and put on a blue T-shirt so it matched his uniform. So whatever that is, I can't tell you. Ian Taylor puts up the shot, rebounded by Scout Regier on the right side. Scout clears it down to J.D. Maddox, back to Scout. Scout starts to dribble over the left side to Harley Taylor. No, Harley Taylor doesn't have a T-shirt on. It's Dason Ramsey has on a blue shirt. But Harley Taylor had to take his white T-shirt off, and now he's playing without a T-shirt. So back over on the left side to Ian Taylor, back out top key to Cray Rogers. 3 ball on the way. Back iron right here. Taylor gets the rebound. Clears it back to Cray Rogers. He comes down to Taylor, right side layup. That's good give and go, and so Ian Taylor has his 6th point for the Fort Cobb Broxton Mustangs. Out to J.D. Maddox, picks up his dribble. Double, do you hold your dribble and you're going to get your pockets picked. Ian Taylor goes left side, and J.D. Maddox blocked it away from him. Stolen away by Taylor, Harley Taylor. Ball comes loose into Thomas Reimer. Reimer fights for the ball, and it's out of bounds off of Fort Cobb. It'll be Cordell ball underneath their own basket. 28-13 is their score. Fort Cobb on top. Dason Ramsey comes out. Back in comes Middendorf. Middendorf puts up the 3 on the inbound play. Over on the far side, down court to Nunn. Out to Cray Rogers, right side, 3 ball. Off the back iron, crawls over the backboard, be out of bounds off of Fort Cobb. It'll be Cordell ball. So Harley Taylor inbounds to Aiden Middendorf. Middendorf comes up to the timeline, left side to J.D. Maddox. J.D. holds the ball back to Harley to Aiden Middendorf. Puts Thomas Reimer with the rebound. Thomas Reimer fights through traffic. He's double teamed, triple teamed, gets it over to J.D., and J.D.'s going to draw the foul right there as a little contact, and Cray goes down. That'll be, did they call a foul or just out of bounds? Yeah, no, foul right there on J.D. Maddox. He draws his first foul called. That's 5 team fouls for Fort Cobb, 2 team fouls for Cordell. Cray Rogers with the ball. Top of the key, right side over to Willits. Dribbles in, right side, layup off the glass by number 22, Blake Nunn. He has 4 for the Fort Cobb Broxton Mustangs, makes it 30-13. J.D. Maddox clears the ball down. It's stolen away by the Fort Cobb Broxton Mustangs. The ball comes back over to Simeon Collins. Collins on the left side, picked up by Aiden Middendorf. Step through traffic right here. Shot is up, and a foul is going to be called on Middendorf. Number 25, Aiden Middendorf, draws his first foul called. And Cordell now has 3 fouls. And I guess number 4, Simeon Collins, was in the act of shooting when he was fouled. So he'll get to take 2 free shots right here for the Fort Cobb Broxton Mustangs. He gets ready, puts that one up. Nothing but net. Nothing but net right there. 31-13. It's got to be an 18-point lead because it's a reversal number. 31-13. In comes number 5 for the Fort Cobb Broxton Mustangs. And out comes 22. Fort Cobb number 5 is Blaine Bellamy for Fort Cobb. Free shot is good by number 4, Simeon Collins. Hits 2 of 2, and it will be Cordell ball. Down the court we come to J.D. Maddox. J.D. Maddox with the ball in the corner. He'll get the double team over to Scott Wood out near midcourt. He draws the double team over the left side to Thomas Reimer, down to Scout Regier. Scout back out to Jordan Wood. Jordan into J.D. Maddox. There's 3 of them for Fort Cobb has the ball. Layup, right side, Cray Rogers. Cray Rogers, I might have started another line for Cray. He's got 4 deuces and 2 threes right now. So out to Jordan Wood. Jordan with the ball back over to J.D. Maddox, down to Scout Regier. Rebounded by Ian Taylor for the Fort Cobb Broxton Mustangs. Down the court we go over the left side to Jackson Willits. Left corner shot put up from distance right there. Scout Regier outfights everybody for that rebound. Clears it over to J.D. Maddox on the right side, south side of the court. Across the timeline to the east end, into Thomas Reimer. Reimer gets triple teamed right there. And the turnover for the Cordell Blue Devils goes back to the Fort Cobb Broxton Mustangs right here. 34-13, a 21-point lead for the Mustangs over the Cordell Blue Devils with 4:15 left in this first half of play. Out at the top of the key is Willits. Willits gets it into Taylor. Taylor pass down to the corner, shot put up from the corner. J.D. Maddox goes high and gets the rebound. And Taylor Taylor fouled J.D. from behind, so Taylor draws his second foul. So Aiden Middendorf inbounds to J.D. Maddox. J.D. with the ball on the far side. Double team comes out on him. So when there's a double team, you know that somebody's open somewhere. Long pass down the court. Cray Rogers starts to go up, and Aiden Middendorf takes the ball out of his hands. It'll be out of bounds off of the Cordell Blue Devils, and it'll be Cray Rogers to inbound for the Fort Cobb Broxton Mustangs with 3:44:49 to go in this first half of play. Inbound over to Willits. Willits gets the ball back over to Cray on the right wing. Ball's deflected out of bounds off of Fort Cobb. It'll be Cordell ball. So Scout Regier will come down inbound to J.D. Maddox. J.D. crosses the timeline, comes through traffic right here. So he starts to go in and up. He's called for the travel right here. Yep, whenever you maintain possession and get through traffic, it's a travel. 34-13, a 21-point lead for Fort Cobb. Cray Rogers brings the ball across the timeline. He'll set up to the left side to Ian Taylor. Taylor back over to the left side. Top of the key goes to number 5 is Blaine Bellamy. Bellamy goes over to Cray Rogers on the right side. Back over the left side to number 4. Shot put up from distance right there. Tipped out by the backcourt. It's called on Fort Cobb Broxton because shot was by Fort Cobb. It is tipped back to the players of Fort Cobb and picked up by Fort Cobb. So inbound the ball right here will be number 13, Harley Taylor. Gets it into J.D. Maddox. J.D. gets it back to Harley Taylor. Over the corner to Jordan Wood. Jordan Wood into J.D. in the paint. Goes up left side, layup. And J.D. gets his first points of the ball game right there with under 3 minutes to go in this first half of play. 34-15, 19-point lead for Fort Cobb. Over the left side to Cray. 3 ball. Cray Rogers has 3 threes and 4 deuces. I'll let you do the math. How's that? 17 points. Give and go to Aiden Middendorf. Puts a shot up off the glass. And Thomas Reimer gets the rebound. Puts it back up, and he'll be fouled by number 5. That'll be Blaine Bellamy gets the foul. And they'll put the Thomas Reimer on the free throw line to shoot 2 free shots. He's in the act of shooting, so Reimer got to have these. Off the back iron, comes out wrong for Cordell. And Thomas Reimer's got the range now. Let's hit this second attempt right here with 2:37 to go in this first half. Cray Rogers with the rebound. Cray comes down the right side, dishes it back to Willits. Willits puts up the 3, rolls around, comes out wrong. Ball's on the floor, comes back out to the left side. Shot put up by Simeon Collins. And Collins has his first field goal to go with a couple of deuces. He has 5 points, makes it a 40-15, 25-point lead. Back out to Jordan Wood. To the far side to Harley Taylor. Taylor with the ball, backs up a little bit. The defense comes out on him. To Aiden Middendorf, back over to Harley Taylor. Down the corner, baseline right to Thomas Reimer. Starts to go up, out of bounds off the Fort Cobb Broxton Mustangs. Number 20 and 23 check back in. That'll be Aiden Lewis and Brody Devon right here. Check back in for Fort Cobb. As Cray Rogers comes out and Ian Taylor comes out. And inbound the ball with under 2 minutes to Jordan Wood. 3 ball. Rolls off the rim wrong and be rebounded by Blaine Bellamy for the Fort Cobb Broxton Mustangs. Shot put up from distance, and Jordan Wood gets the rebound, clears it out to J.D. Maddox on the right side. J.D. comes down to the corner, gets it back to Aiden Middendorf, left side to Harley Taylor. Shot is a little bit long off the back right there, and rebound comes out to the Fort Cobb Broxton Mustangs. Willits with the ball goes in on the left side, and Willits has his second deuce right here. J.D. Maddox a little slow to get up on that attempt right there. Ball comes to him on the left side. 3 ball off the iron, a little bit strong right there with 1:12 left in the first half. Down on the left side, Willits, little bump, and Jackson Willits has another deuce right there. That one made 360, 367, 2 circles around the rim before it fell in. Out to Aiden Middendorf, right side, rebounded by Jordan Wood on the left side. Down to 50 seconds to go in this first half. Taylor puts up a shot off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Jackson Willits. Willits will bring the ball up the court for the Fort Cobb Broxton Mustangs. Hands it off to Simeon Collins. Collins on the right side, down in the corner to Lewis. Lewis gets the ball back out here to Collins. Back into Lewis, and Lewis takes the easy layup on the right side. 46-15, a 31-point lead for Fort Cobb. Into J.D. J.D. gets the ball over to Taylor. Harley Taylor down to Aiden Middendorf. 3 ball put up, rebounded by Jackson Willits. Willits takes his time down the court. Aiden Middendorf picks him up. Comes down to the middle of the court, down to the right corner. Shot put up from distance. Number 23 off the rim. And the ball comes out. And there's a stoppage somewhere. Oh, got a sub going to check in. 9:02. Is that halftime? Something wrong with the clock right here. Halftime. It is half. Well, it says 9:02. We'll take a break and be right back. You're listening to the ball game on Fox Radio.
When hometown football approaches, that's when hometown shines. Bring out those hot cocoa thermoses. Bring on the team colors, shirts, and spirit. We'll be right here with you, cheering our home teams on to victory. Because nobody does hometown in Western Oklahoma like Bank of Western Oklahoma. Come bank with us. Weatherford, Cordell, Gary, Elk City, Viside, Woodward, where people come first. Online at bankofwesternoklahoma.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Clinic Pharmacy of Cordell, a hometown family-owned and operated business, providing super quick and friendly service to Cordell and surrounding communities. Small enough to know you, big enough to serve your every need. Stop by to meet Chris and the Clinic Pharmacy staff, where our family knows yours.
Friends, you'll find a store full of quality gift ideas at Cordell TV Appliance and Furniture in Cordell. Appliances and TVs from LG, Frigidaire, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, Speed Queen, Best, Catnapper, Bassett and Ashley Furniture, bedding from Serta. Now listen, we service everything we sell and we promise always the lowest possible prices and the absolute best service. Thanks so much for your friendship and your business. Cordell TV Appliance and Furniture. It's somewhere in Cordell.
Corn Heritage Village and Rehab of Corn and Weatherford, Oklahoma provides skilled nursing, rehab, long-term care, and memory care services. Corn Heritage Village facilities are known for their reputation and are the industry leaders in all of western Oklahoma. So if your loved one needs rehab, nursing home, or dementia care, give them a call, 580-343-2295, 343-2295, or visit them on the web at cornheritage.org and find them on Facebook.
Do you move to the sidelines when stocks are predicted to drop? Are you waiting for some of today's uncertainties to be resolved before you invest? Hi, I'm Phil Cleaver, your Cordell area Edward Jones financial advisor. The problem with trying to time the market is you miss some of the best days in the market. The truth is, attempting to time the market has historically reduced investor returns rather than raised them. A good financial advisor can set up a consistent and smart investing strategy. Contact me today at 580-832-1106. Edward Jones, Making Sense of Investing, member SIPC.
Equity Bank of Cordell is staffed by familiar faces, people who know you and care about their community. Equity Bank never forgets it's your money. That's why Equity Bank's team works hard to help families and businesses in western Oklahoma with all their banking needs through rewarding and challenging times. Equity Bank of Cordell, building relationships that last.
Evetts Drug in Cordell has served Cordell and Washita County for over 50 years. Owner Jimmy Evetts and daughter Farron and son Brandon are pharmacists that will take care of all your prescriptions and your over-the-counter needs. Evetts Drug also has lots of gift ideas. Just a few include fragrances, jewelry, greeting cards, and now Evetts Drug offers wedding registry and baby registry. Trust me, it is the only drugstore you're ever going to need. Come see Jimmy Evetts and staff at Evetts Drug in Cordell.
At First National Bank and Trust in Cordell, we believe in the strength of community support and working hand in hand to make a difference. We also believe in supporting the efforts of our kids. That's the reason we're proud to support the Cordell Blue Devils. The First National Bank and Trust of Cordell wants to wish the Cordell Blue Devils great success. We're real proud of you. Come by and visit with us anytime at First National Bank and Trust, 120 South Market in Cordell.
Hey Blue Devil fans, I'm Mike Reimer with Mike's Meats in Cordell. I have a great selection of fresh cut steaks, roast, pork, and chicken, meat packs for every budget, and fresh ground beef every day. Bring your ice chest. The quality of meat and prices are worth the trip. I am a meat and more store. Besides excellent meat, we offer seasonings, kitchen gifts, and my beef jerky chips make a great snack. I'm located at 107 North Market Street, right across from the courthouse in Cordell.
At Great Plains Bank, we're in the business of making your life easier, and we understand how tough it can be to strike the right balance between security and opportunity when rates are on the rise. With our new variable rate CD tied to Wall Street Journal Prime, you can have the best of both worlds. You get the security of a CD without the stress of worrying about market timing. And with rate floors, you get the upside without the risk. Stop by one of our locations or visit us at gpbankok.com. Great Plains Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Ray and Martha's Funeral Homes now have 6 locations in southwest Oklahoma to serve you. They're in Hobart, Mountain View, Carnegie, Anadarko, Cordell, and Sentinel. A family serving families, available anytime you need them. Ask about transferring a policy from another funeral home. They'll take care of everything, and they're proud to support area young people and sponsor ball game broadcasts. Larry and Kim Eshitai, Ray and Martha's Funeral Homes. You can count on them and your time of need. RayandMarthas.com.
Everything you need and expect from a convenience store is always right here, waiting for you at the Right Here C-Store in Cordell. Fuel, food, more drinks, more seats, more hours, and where Subway is open until 11 and our grill is open till 10. It's always quick and convenient when you make a stop at the Right Here C-Store in Cordell. How about a car wash? Our automatic car wash bay is quick and convenient too. Come see us at the Right Here C-Store, where we're proud to support the Cordell Blue Devils.
Folks, we have some new and pre-owned units on our lot right now at Wheeler Ford in Cordell. So if you need a new Ford or a pre-owned Ford, best deal is at Wheeler Ford. You can count on that. See Tom or David? And if we don't have what you want, if one's available, we'll find it. We want your business. We'll do what it takes to earn and keep your business. And our service department is always ready to serve you with friendly, efficient service. So come see us at Wheeler Ford in Cordell.
If you started college but haven't finished, you may feel like your story is already written. Remember, you're the author, and where your story goes from here is up to you. Finish your degree with Reach Higher at Western Oklahoma State College. Reach Higher can put you on a program path designed to help you earn your associate degree from Western. Start writing your next chapter today. Visit wosc.edu/reach to find out how. Reach Higher with Western Oklahoma State College. Call 580-477-7742.
Bank 360 started as a community bank, and even though they are growing, handling the daily banking needs of friends and neighbors is central to everything they do. When it comes time for you to take on bigger and better challenges, Bank 360 is there with all your personal and commercial lending needs. And add in the convenience of on-the-go online banking. Here for your banking needs with 2 locations to serve you in Cordell and now Clinton. Bank 360, here for your banking needs.
CK Energy makes every customer an owner of the business. Unlike other electric utilities, CK Energy exists to make sure your needs are always met, not to make a profit. And since CK Energy is locally owned and operated, CK Energy is always there with you, reinvesting in your community. That's why in an electric cooperative, the people have the power. Committed to our members and the communities we serve, that's part of the CK Energy commitment.
CK Energy, we light up your life.
Welcome back to the Burnslat Deal City Tournament. The Cordell Blue Devils and the Fort Cobb Broxton. Fort Cobb's, well, it's almost a scrimmage right here. 46-15, a 29-point lead for Fort Cobb over the Cordell Blue Devils. And over on the far side, Harley Taylor to inbound for the Cordell Blue Devils. He got on a T-shirt. He got a long sleeve T-shirt under that now. He had to change on the between the first and second quarter. Shot by Cordell's no good. Comes down the court to Blake Nunn. It'll be touched by Fort Cobb, and it'll be Cordell ball headed to the west end. So Taylor inbounds to J.D. Maddox. J.D. comes down the right side, down the right corner to Jordan Wood. Wood dribbles once back out to Aiden Middendorf. Middendorf with the ball. Middendorf gets the ball out to Harley Taylor, out to J.D. near mid-court line. Turns, comes back down to Harley Taylor, looks at a 3, backs out of it to Aiden Middendorf. He'll take the 3, banks it in. He did call glass. Aiden Middendorf called glass, and he banked that one in for his second 3 of the ball game. And there's a pass, and Aiden Middendorf tips it out of bounds, and it goes out into the lobby, and somebody rebounded, brought it back in to the ball game. So Cray Rogers will inbound for the Fort Cobb Broxton Mustangs. Gets it into Willits. Willits over on the far side to Nunn. Back on the near side here. Back out to Collins. Collins starts to dribble. Jump pass over the right corner to Cray Rogers. Cray dishes it off right side. Layup for Blake Nunn, and he has his 3rd deuce of the ball game. 48-18, a 30-point lead for the Fort Cobb Broxton Mustangs over the Cordell Blue Devils. There's a drive by Jordan Wood off the glass, little off bounds. And Jordan Wood has his first 2 points of the ball game for the Cordell Blue Devils. Makes it 48-20, a 28-point lead. There's a drive off the glass, rebounded by J.D. Maddox. J.D. clears the ball, brings it across the timeline. Looks right, hands it off to Aiden Middendorf. Aiden fights for the ball. Ball comes loose on the floor. Picked up, down court we go. Bounce pass between the legs, back over to Taylor, back over the left side to Willits. Willits puts it up from 3-point land, and they salvaged a 3 out of some bad passes and some mistakes. But whenever you got the talent, it's just automatic right there. Back to JD, right side, starts to go in and up, and he's called for the travel right here. And Cray Rogers helps JD up, because JD kind of got his feet tangled up a little bit and went down. And inbound to Cray Rogers. Cray comes down middle of the court, works over to the left side, to the left ring. Lob pass in to number 22 off the rim. Ball pinballs around, and Thomas Reimer picks up the rebound for the Cordell Blue Devils. Back to J.D. Maddox back out to Harley Taylor. Right side over to there into Aiden Middendorf. Out to Taylor. Left side to Wood. Wood goes in toward the left baseline. Checks up. Gets the ball out to Thomas Reimer. Reimer back to Wood. Wood backs back up. Hands it off to J.D. 51-20, a 31-point lead for the Fort Cobb Broxton Mustangs over the Cordell Blue Devils. Trying to get a pick on Taylor. Back out to Harley Taylor. Puts up the three. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded out by Cray Rogers. Cray will bring it down the left side. Elevates from the free throw line. Off the rim, no good. Put back up by Fort Cobb. Rebounded out to Thomas Reimer for the Cordell Blue Devils. Thomas goes down to Harley Taylor on the left side to J.D. Maddox out high. He goes inside the arc, puts up about a 10-foot floater off the rim to Cray Rogers. Cray goes down the court, tipped away, and Jordan Wood comes up with it, clears it out to J.D. Maddox down here on the right side. Starts to go in through traffic, slips down, and it goes back to Ian Taylor. Taylor hands off to the right side to Willits, and Willits has a deuce to go with his three in this second half, and 6 more. He's got 11 points for the Fort Cobb Broxton Mustangs, leading 53-20. Out to Aiden Middendorf, back over to Jordan Wood. Wood with the ball, works over to the left side, tries to get through traffic, saves it at the baseline into Thomas Reimer, left side layup for Thomas Reimer. He has got 5 more Fort Cobb Broxton Mustangs going to check in on the next break right here for Fort Cobb. Number 2, Willits puts up a 3. He has 2 threes here in this second half of play. 56-22, a 34-point lead for the Fort Cobb Broxton Mustangs. And down the right side to J.D. Maddox. Layup on the right side as he goes up. A foul is called on number 22. That'll be Blake Nunn will draw his second foul for Fort Cobb. And we're going to have 5 in and 5 out for the Fort Cobb Broxton Mustangs. So we got 2 players going to check in. They're checking with J.D. Maddox right here. And anyway, we're going to shoot 2 free shots right here when we get time. We got 1, 2, 3. Well, 5 in and 5 out after he shoots his first free shot. So J.D. ready for some free shots right here. Need to make a couple of these. And his first one's up and in and good. So that's his 3rd point of the ball game. 5 in and 5 out for the Fort Cobb Broxton Mustangs. In for Fort Cobb is number 1, Tanner McAdoo. Okay. J.D. gets ready for his second free shot. Off the front iron right there. Rebounded by number 20 is Aiden Lewis, new into the ball game. Over to number 11, who's new into the ball game. Back out to number 1 is McAdoo. And J.D. comes through traffic, gets the rebound. Number 11 will be Blaine Davis for Fort Cobb. Rebounded by number 23. And we have a little contact right there. Number 20 and J.D. Maddox draws his second foul right here. Number 11, like I said, is Blaine Davis. Be an inbound play for the Mustangs with 3:13 to go in this 3rd period of play. Ball comes out high to McAdoo. Over to the right side to number 23. Down to the baseline left on the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them on the ground fighting for a loose ball right here. And on the bottom top of the pile is J.D. Maddox. And 3:03 to go in this 3rd period. 56-23, a 33-point lead for the Fort Cobb Broxton Mustangs. Out to number 1 is McAdoo. Left side to number 23. Shot put up. Rebound by number 20. Put back in by Lewis. Aiden Lewis has his 3rd deuce of the ball game. And into Aiden Middendorf. Middendorf comes over to the left side to Scout Regier. Scout goes over to the left side, top of the key to J.D. Maddox. J.D. comes in on the right side, elevates from about 12 on the right side of the lane. Back out to Thomas Reimer, back over to Ramsey. Ramsey back out to Aiden Middendorf, right side over to J.D. Maddox. With 2:22 to go in this 3rd period. Back to J.D., looks at the 3, backs out of it, comes in baseline right, elevates from about 10. Tipped away by Ramsey, but it goes right to the Fort Cobb Broxton Mustangs. Blaine Bellamy with the ball. Dishes off left side to number 11, Blaine Davis. Blaine and Blaine right there for Fort Cobb. Number 22 draws the foul for Cordell. Scout Regier will draw his second foul. It looks like Taylor will check in for the Blue Devils on the next break right here. 58-23 with 2:07 to go in the third period of play. In and out on the free throw line for number 11. Misses his first one. He'll get to take one more. Aiden Middendorf comes out, and J.D. Maddox comes out for the Cordell Blue Devils. As Scout came out also. No, Scout didn't come out. Shots off the rim, rebounded by Blaine Taylor for the Cordell Blue Devils. Blaine will bring the ball up the court. He'll work at the middle of the floor, and he gets set up the offense over the corner. Ball's tipped out of bounds as it goes into the first row of bleachers over there. The pass is intended for Border Dodd. Border gets to take this one back out on the near side. Travel called on court, did a little give and go and said, I've got a wide open, better drive in baseline left, but you got to be dribbling when you start to drive. Under 2 minutes to go in this third period of play. Down here on the left side, got a hold or something. Number 11 draws the foul for Cordell. No, for them, that'll be Blaine Davis draws his first foul. Top of the key will be Taylor. Taylor dribbles in the paint on the right side down to Dason Ramsey. Back over Taylor with the ball over the right side to Border Dodd. Back out to Thomas Reimer. Thomas Reimer back to the right side to Dason. You cannot make passes through the treetops right here. So back over on the right side, shot from distance right there. Number 1 puts it up, and Harley Taylor gets the rebound for the Cordell Blue Devils. Harley comes down the left side, goes to the top of the key, back over the right side to Dason Ramsey, puts up the 3 ball. It'll be touched by Cordell. It'll be Fort Cobb ball here with 1:07 to go in this period. So out comes Thomas Reimer for the Cordell Blue Devils, and as we get ready for this next minute of play right here, left side, number 5 puts up the shot, and saved by Fort Cobb to Cordell. Out to Harley. Taylor comes down the near side, has his pockets picked from behind, back the other way. Left side layup for number 11. Blaine Davis has his first 2 points of the ball game for the Fort Cobb Broxton Mustangs. So down on the right side to Jordan Wood. Looks at it, takes the 3. It's good. Jordan Wood has 5 points for Cordell. A 3 and a 2. 60-26. That's a 34-point lead for the Fort Cobb Broxton Mustangs. Into number 20, Jordan Wood knocks that pass away, comes right back to Lewis, drives in left side, and Aiden Lewis has his 4th deuce of the ball game. Gives him 8 points in the ball game with 10 seconds left in this first half, in this third period of play. Down to 8, Jordan Wood looks at it, goes back top of the key to Harley Taylor. Taylor waits, looks, Jordan Wood puts up the 3, net. Jordan Wood hits the 3 at the buzzer, so at the end of 3, it's Fort Cobb 62, Cordell 29. We'll hear from our sponsors and be right back.
When hometown football approaches, that's when hometown shines. Bring out those hot cocoa thermoses. Bring on the team colors, shirts, and spirit. We'll be right here with you, cheering our home teams on to victory. Because nobody does hometown in Western Oklahoma like Bank of Western Oklahoma. Come bank with us. Weatherford, Cordell, Gary, Elk City, Visay, Woodward, where people come first. Online at bankofwesternoklahoma.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Clinic Pharmacy of Cordell, a hometown family-owned and operated business, providing super quick and friendly service to Cordell and surrounding communities. Small enough to know you, big enough to serve your every need. Stop by to meet Chris and the Clinic Pharmacy staff, where our family knows yours.
Back here at the Burnslett Deal City Tournament as we get ready for the 4th quarter of play between the Cordell Blue Devils and the Fort Cobb Broxton Mustangs. Possession area goes to Cordell. Over to Aiden Middendorf on the left side to J.D. Maddox, top key into Jordan Wood. Left side over to Aiden Middendorf. 3-ball off the back iron right here. Rebound out to Fort Cobb. And Fort Cobb is going to be called for a travel, I believe. Yes, travel when they got the ball. Just didn't get the dribble started soon enough. Over the corner to Aiden Middendorf to Jordan Wood. Back out to Taylor. Back to the right side to J.D. Maddox. Elevates from 12. Off the rim. Rebounded by Aiden Lewis. Lewis. Ball will be tapped around and out of bounds off of Cordell. It'll be Fort Cobb ball. 62-29. A 33-point lead for the Fort Cobb Broxton Mustangs over the Cordell Blue Devils. Out high to number 5 is Blaine Bellamy. Drives in off the glass. Thomas Reimer went down. And number 11 is going to be called for the foul. That'll be our number 11. Thomas Reimer draws his first foul called in the ball game. Good contact. Hadn't been there quite long enough to take that charge. So number 5, Blaine Bellamy, will go to the free throw line to shoot free shots. First free shot is up and in and good. That's a lesson to be learned. If you're coming off the bench, you better be able to hit free shots. That's what you've been practicing for. 2 of 2 from the free throw line for Blaine Bellamy. So he has 2 and makes it 64-29, a 35-point lead for Fort Cobb over the Cordell Blue Devils. Over to Aiden Middendorf, top of the key to Harley Taylor. Taylor back over to Jordan Wood. Jordan clears it over to Aiden Middendorf. Middendorf comes back over to Harley Taylor. Back over to J.D. Maddox on the left side. Back to Taylor. Back over to Jordan Wood. Jordan in the paint. And pass is knocked away. Got a foul called somewhere on number 23. Brody Devon draws his second foul for the Fort Cobb Broxton Mustangs. Inbound play for Cordell, stolen away by Tanner McAdoo. Lob pass down the court a little bit too far, out of bounds off of Fort Cobb, and it will be Cordell ball. 6:45 to go in the ball game, with Fort Cobb leading 64-29. J.D. Maddox to the right side to Aiden Middendorf, top of the key to Harley Taylor. Taylor puts up the 3-ball, draws iron. J.D. Maddox gets the rebound, elevates from 10, and J.D. Maddox has his 5th point of the ball game. 64-31, a 33-point lead for Fort Cobb. Down the corner over on the right side, elevates from 3-point land, and number 5 with the rebound, Bellamy. Bellamy gets the ball stolen away by J.D. Maddox. J.D. comes down right side, starts to go up, and goes down onto the baseline right here, and it'll be a foul on Fort Cobb. Number 11 will draw his second foul right there. And on the free throw line, J.D. Maddox has the ball. Free shots time for J.D. Got to have a couple of them right here. J.D.'s first free shot is up and in and good. So he's hit 2 from the free throw line, and he'll get to take one more. And second free shot is up and in and good. So 2 of 2 at this trip to the free throw line. That's what you like to see. 64-31, a 31-point lead for Fort Cobb. Working around the perimeter right here. Down to number 20 is Lewis. Starts to back in against Thomas Reimer. Good defense right there. And Thomas Reimer probably drew the foul right here. And Thomas Reimer draws his second foul. But number 20 goes to the line for a traditional 3-point play right here. So he's got 3 deuces, and now he can get a traditional 3-point play if he can make his free shot right here. And he should be able to make it. So he does. It's in and good. And that gives him his 11th point of the ball game. Aiden Lewis does that one. And now then to the right corner is Jordan Wood. Jordan Wood cross court to Aiden Middendorf. 3-ball off the back iron right here. There's a bunch of them. Finally, number 11, Thomas Reimer comes up with a loose ball. Pinball between about 6 players. He came up with it for the easy layup at point blank range underneath the basket. Shot from distance right there by number 5. Pinball's out to J.D. Maddox. Clears it out to Harley Taylor. Harley Taylor picks it up near midcourt. Gets the dribble going over to J.D. on the left side. Out to the right side to Jordan Wood, 3-ball. Banks it off the glass. The rebound goes to the Fort Cobb Broxton Mustangs. There's a drive right side and a foul. Before he could take a shot, Brody Devon was coming down the court. Number 15 draws the foul. That will be number 15. I don't have a 15 on my, okay. Okay, it's probably 13 because I don't have a 15 on the books right here. They just put up the wrong numbers. We'll give that to Harley Taylor. Shot from the corner over here, off the rim, no good. Rebounded out by 23, Brody Devon. Devon goes down the right side to number 1 is McAdoo. Shot from distance right there by 23, and Brody Devon has a big 3 for the Mustangs. 70-35, a 35-point lead, a double up for the Fort Cobb Broxton Mustangs. And Wood goes into Taylor. Taylor goes in and up. Rebound on the right side by Reimer, has his pockets picked. And I got 5 more Mustangs going to check in. Good block by Harley Taylor as he starts to go in and up on the right side. I'm going to give you numbers 12, 10, 30, 32, and 24 for Fort Cobb. I may not get their numbers written down, but you got the benches just about cleared for the Fort Cobb Broxton Mustangs. Ball comes out to 30 to 24 to 10. Number 12, left side over to 30. Shot put up from distance right here. Rebounded by Harley Taylor for the Cordell Blue Devils. Down on the left side to Jordan Wood, 3-ball. Jordan Wood hits his third 3 of the ball game, gives him 11 points in the ball game. I will get you names even if we have to do in the wrap up for this ball game. Over to number 32 is Caden Baker. Baker gets the ball back over the top of the key. Number 12, shot put up, rolls off the rim. Harley Taylor gets the rebound, comes through traffic. 70-38 is their score. Over on the left side is Jordan Wood with the ball. Back out to Aiden Middendorf, 3-ball, and it's good. Aiden Middendorf has his third 3 of the ball game right here, and it will be Fort Cobb ball as they bring it up the court. Number 32 with the ball back over to number 30 on the left side, off the rim, no good, and it'll be blue ball. Number 30 took the shot. That'll be Riker Hill took the shot. Number 32, I've mentioned him, Caden Baker. Number 24 is Peyton Bellamy. Number 10 is Geronimo Powinski. And number 12 is Leighton Hill. Cordell with the ball. Shot no good. Rebound back the other way. Number 30 puts it up and in and good. And number 30 has that one. That'll be Riker Hill, has his first 2 points in the ball game. Out to the top of the key to Matthew Fuller. Left side over to Border Dodd. Back to Fuller, puts up the shot. Pinballs around, goes back to the Fort Cobb Broxton Mustangs. Number 32, Caden Baker. Over to the left side, number 30 puts up the shot. Off the rim, no good. It'll be out of bounds. And Riker Hill had a good look at that 3, would not go down. 2:25 to go in the ball game right here, and the Cordell Blue Devils have the ball. Number 13 is going to check in next for Fort Cobb. Over the top of the key, in the paint, pinballs around, comes back to the Fort Cobb Broxton Mustangs. Number 13 will get in for Fort Cobb. Preston McCauley will check in. And number 30, Riker Hill, will come out. Riker Hill comes out. And a little give and go down here to number 12, baseline left, turnaround jumper from 10. Off the rim, pinballs out to the Fort Cobb Broxton Mustangs. Under 2 minutes to go in the ball game. Out to number 24 is Peyton Bellamy. Shot put up from distance, rebounded by number Matthew Fuller for the Cordell Blue Devils. Out to Border Dodd, puts up the 3 off the rim right there. Picked up by number 12 for Fort Cobb. Be Leighton Hill. Down on the right side will be Caden Baker. With the ball tipped away by the Cordell Blue Devils, Jaden Moncrief taps that away for the Cordell Blue Devils. And number 24 in there also for Cordell. Let me see what number they got there. Ethan Finning. I can't tell you. Ethan Finning is in for Cordell. Somebody goes down awkwardly right there. In on the baseline right here on the right side. Minute 16 left, 72 to 41. Foul is going to be on number 24 for the Cordell Blue Devils. And 72 to 21. Free shot right here by number 12 is off the back iron right here. He'll get to take one more. Cordell has 16 fouls. And number 12 makes 1 of 2 right there, so he has his first point. That'll be Leighton Hill. Back the other way for the Cordell Blue Devils, out to number 5 for Cordell. That'll be Bennett Clouch. So I'm seeing, I've got some kids on the roster that are finally getting in that with under a minute to go that we're not used to seeing. Okay. Anyway, as we come down here, we'll let you do an interview, no problem. So out here to number 32 is Baker. Yeah. And the ball comes out to Baker again at the top of the key. Over on the near side, back to Baker at the top of the key. 35 seconds left in this ball game. Fort Cobb with the ball. There's a drive by number 30. The ball's tapped away, and we have a foul called somewhere, probably on number 5 for Cordell. Will draw his first foul. So number 5 is Barrett Clouch. And on the free throw line will be number 20, I believe it is. As he gets ready for his first free shot. Number 30, sorry about that one. He makes his first free shot for them. Will be Riker Hill. Yeah. So he'll get to take one more. Riker Hill on the free throw line. Oh, that one rolls off wrong. Rebounded by number 32 for the Cordell Blue Devils. Down the court we go to the near side. Rebounded by Hill. Picks up his dribble, comes down on the left side. Crossing the timeline over to the right side. Lob pass down to 24. Shot put up by number 13 off the rim. Rebounded out here by Border Dodd for the Cordell Blue Devils. Down on the left side will be Fuller. Fuller puts up the shot. And your final score will be Fort Cobb Broxton 74, Cordell 41. I'll give you a little wrap up on this one as we go down here for the Fort Cobb Broxton Mustangs. Getting in without scoring was Preston McCauley, Peyton Bellamy. 32 is Caden Baker. Scoring was Riker Hill. He had 3 points. Number 10, Geronimo Kowofik. He had no points. Then number 12, Leighton Hill hit a free shot. He had 1. Number 11, Blaine Davis had 2. Tanner McAdoo, no points. Blaine Bellamy with 2. Brody Devon with 5. He had a 2 and a 3. Aiden Lewis hit 11 points. He had 5 deuces and a free shot. Ian Taylor had 3 deuces. He had 6. Blake Nunn had 3 deuces. He had 6. Simeon Collins hit a 3 and 2 deuces. Through 2 free shots. He had 5. Cray Rogers in the first half had 17 points. He had 3 threes and 4 deuces, leading the way for the Fort Cobb Broxton Mustangs. Jackson Willits also had 2 threes and 3 deuces. He had 8. He had 14 points. So good outing for the Fort Cobb Broxton Mustangs. For the Cordell Blue Devils, we got everybody in and off the bench right here. Clouch number 5 was in. Number 24, Ethan Finning was in. Jacob Villa, Matt Hensley, Jaden Moncrief, Matthew Fuller, Borden Dodd, Scout Regier, and Dason Ramsey were within outscoring. Harley Taylor winds up with 10. He had 2 deuces and 2 threes. Aiden Middendorf hit 3 threes. He had 9. Jordan Wood had 3 threes and a deuce. He had 11. J.D. Maddox had 2 deuces and 3 from the free throw line. So he had 7. Thomas Reimer had 2 deuces. He had 4. So the Cordell Blue Devils come up short to the Fort Cobb Broxton Mustangs. That'll put the Cordell Blue Devils in the 12-15 game tomorrow. And the Fort Cobb Broxton boys will go to the 7:45 game tomorrow night. Don't know who they're going to play yet. Those games to be determined right here. And next up in the ball games will be Hinton and Fort Cobb Broxton girls. We're not going to bring you that ball game, but we'll be here for the following ball game after that. The next boys game will feature Hobart and Thomas. We'll be back for that one about 2:45. Go by and tell your sponsors thank you. You've been listening to the ball games here at the Burnside Tournament on Fox Radio.